Officer Lehner was a canine handler and a diver with the city's team. Now, during the search, we heard a lot about Buffalo's underwater recovery team known as URT.
And before the tragedy, News 4's Luke Moretti spent time with the URT as they trained in the Union Ship Canal. Tonight, he takes a closer look at the team and the challenges they face in a special report.
Get in the water. Get comfortable, get on the bottom.
This is the Buffalo Police Underwater Recovery Team, training last month at the Union Ship Canal.
Here we go.
Gills close.
Diver Angela Yates was among the team members practicing grid searches in the water.
Our job is sometimes not so glorious, but it gets done.
All right, you can slowly start coming up.
Detective Leo McGrath commands the unit, known as URT.
We're doing simulating a search for a body or something under the water.
On this day, bright traffic cones are used as props as divers feel their way and navigate the murky water.
Once you're on the bottom, go to your right, please. We just go a grid pattern back and forth until we find the object we're looking for.
This underwater footage was taken by Yates. It shows the difficulty of searching with limited visibility.
What's the bottom look like, Andrew?
The bottom is stirred up, a little murky, but not too bad.
That day it wasn't bad. We had probably about 1.5 to 2 feet of visibility. So you could see a little about what's going on the bottom. See your gauges if you needed to. A lot of times you get nothing. You can't see your hand in front of your face.
It's tough, dangerous work, and why it takes a year of training before a diver becomes a permanent member of URT.
We train once a month.
Every month?
Every month, yes.
Rain or shine?
Rain or shine, snow, rain, doesn't matter.
When we met up with URT last month at the Union Ship Canal, there were a number of team members participating in the training exercise.
There's a couple of guys going to do wetsuits with regular scuba.
Among them, Canine Officer Craig Lehner, seen here helping one of his teammates suit up for a dive. No one could have ever predicted or imagined that 1 month later, tragedy would strike.
And at approximately 10 to 1 this afternoon, one of our divers went missing.
34-year-old Craig Lehner lost while training in the fast-moving Niagara River. Now the underwater recovery team had to search for one of its own.
It's looking for a diver in what is probably the worst conditions anywhere in the country because of the current and the speed of the water.
It's a tough part of water to dive in. And
Buffalo Police Aid District Chief Tom Moran is a former commander of the department's underwater recovery team. He knows the perils of training in swift water.
we train it because we've had multiple situations where boats have gotten into trouble out there. People have fallen into the river. You have to train it and work it as the best way you can to manage it.
Lehner's body was found after a 5-day search of the river. Exactly what happened is still under investigation.
Are there questions that you have in your mind, having done this kind of work as a diver?
No, to be honest with you, Luke, no.
I mean, about what had happened?
No, because we just, I mean, this is what we train for, and these are things that can arise.
When we talked to her last month, Angela Yates remembered a close call during dive team training a couple of years ago.
My dive buddy that day had an equipment malfunction.
She says his inflator hose was broken and that he was unable to surface. Yates immediately came to his aid and brought him up successfully.
Made sure that I held on to him the whole time while he was struggling to get his weight belt off. Every day that we train, our first priority is always safety.
But things happen, as they did with Craig Lehner nearly 2 weeks ago. Tom Moran says the police department will do its best to move forward.
Craig will never be forgotten, and he'll be honored appropriately. And I think in his spirit, it's incumbent upon all of us to keep doing our job and doing it well.
This is important work that they're doing. You know, in addition to the grim task of having to recover a drowning victim, they also go underwater to search for evidence, you know, that's related to some crime that occurred. They respond to boats in distress. You never know what the situation is going to be, but when they're needed, they're there. But right now, understandably, they're hurting.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we all have a greater appreciation now for what they do.
Absolutely.
All the time. Thank you, Luke.
Okay.